The place is amazing.
It's like an explosion in your mouth.
Not the bar and grill I expected.
I actually felt like I was in a hospital cafeteria.
I ordered steak. Mistake.
I'm pretty certain there's a microwave in the kitchen.
Quality of food is exceptional.
Entertainer-producer NIKKO CAPRIA gives a standing ovation to a restaurant/nightclub that he says is not your typical song and dance routine. He likens it to grandmother's cooking in a Godfather-like setting. It's in Fort Lauderdale and it's called Cafe Martorano.
I didn't go to culinary school, and I respect these guys that are chefs. I'm not a chef. That's why you see me dressed, you know, with a T-shirt or whatever, because I'm not a chef. I'm just a cook, a neighborhood cook. Just like my grandma. The best cooks in the world is your mother and father and grandmother. You got to taste everything you do. There's a lot of people out there in this business, and they say, all you got to do is smell. You can smell if it has enough salt. I tell my guys from day one, I don't care if you do it once or a million. You gotta taste it. The truth is, listen, this whole restaurant is me. Everything on the menu is me. Every song I play is me. I said to myself, if I like something, then the average person has to like it too. Do you know I change the look of this restaurant every year? Every year I repaint it. Every year I change the color of the outfits, because you must keep reinventing yourself. The customer wants to see you do that. You go back to the place, they're still stuck in 1972. That's not what we're about. I believe in giving back. I believe that when a customer comes in here to get an experience that he never got anywhere else. It's a show. You come to this restaurant, you don't come here and leave and go somewhere else. You stay here. And that's what I wanted, a one stop, all night long.
Sounds like you might run into Tony Soprano at this place.
Definitely, you definitely will. You'll definitely run into famous people there. It's clearly the hottest spot to be in Fort Lauderdale. You do have to wait. You can't call ahead for seating. If you look around the room, you're hit with the experience immediately. There is loud music themed toward 70s disco music till today. There's 15 plasmas around the room. Playing like old mafia movies. But once I did get a seat, I started off with an appetizer. It was the bruschetta with the jumbo shrimp and garlic.
Shrimp on toast.
That was delicious. Absolutely wonderful. Absolutely great. And then I had, for my main course, was the lobster fra diavolo.
Do they make their own pasta there?
They do not. They actually use a really good brand of dried pasta, one of the best Italian brands that you can buy, and it's very expensive. Just the box of pasta would cost you at least $8 to $10. Not cheap.
It's unfortunate that he covers it so much with so much salty sauce.
The good news, at least Steve's not here to...
I know. Actually, looking at the picture on the website, I didn't really know what to expect, actually. I don't know if you felt the same way.
Authenticity, folks. Authenticity, okay? The guy is totally
Tell me about your
Twilight Zone.
Tell me about the experience.
Twilight Zone. You walk in, and yes, valet parking, and there's this like hip-hop music, right? And so I was like, all right, you know, whatever, I can roll with this. And here's me and my friend, and we're like, where are we? I mean, Twilight Zone. Lime green walls, disco balls, the movies, and I was like, oh my gosh, you know, and, you know, listen to some hip-hop. By the way, I kind of like this hodgepodge thing that's going on. The server, I agree with you, impeccable. Like, the service was amazing. We had this fabulous eggplant appetizer that just, it had a crispy texture with a salad, with a light vinaigrette. So all the flavors of that actually complement each other so well, and that was delicious.
Hot and cold eggplant, he breads it, sautés it, layers it with a mozzarella from Mimi's that he gets every day, with a little bit of basil and tomatoes. He says he loves that hot and cold combination. I'm glad you like that one.
Oh, amazing.
And then what did you follow?
And then we had
orecchietti?
Thank you. Orecchietti
I don't know why I saw that in your face.
It's a hard one.
And the orecchietti comes with sausages.
It goes with sausage, right? Sausage, white beans.
Did you enjoy it?
It was just overall too salty and so heavily sauced. Like, I would have loved to appreciate, you know, this gourmet pasta that I'm eating, and you know, I think
Which it wasn't.
But the pastas are all al dente.
What's not?
It wasn't gourmet pasta. It wasn't fresh pasta. It was not, you know.
But you have to admit, I mean, you can buy a gourmet dried pasta, or you don't agree with that?
Oh, I do, except for $38, I want fresh, and otherwise I'm out the door normally.
Did you like your pasta?
Michelle, I was so flabbergasted when I walked in the door, I couldn't believe it. We're comfortable people, we're not millionaires, but we're comfortable, and we saw every dish for the entree a la carte was $38. When we sat down and the food came, the waiter was pleasant, except for the fact that they had a thug attitude. They treated you like,
That's
they
the
were
full experience. That's
well,
all.
you know
Hey,
what?
wait, eat your food.
Wait, you know
Right
what?
here. Where is it? Right over here. You don't pay the bill. Yeah, you gotta have a job to come into my restaurant.
Well, the people I was with doing personalities,
Everybody would tell you.
but at first
Sweet
I
peas,
thought
we
it was
want
a
ratings.
theme.
Get a job.
I thought this was some kind of a dastardly themed restaurant with these
You're paying for
people.
the experience, you're
With,
paying for it all.
There was, I don't want to say,
Guidos? You could say it.
inappropriate videos going on.
It's real
of
life.
People not dressed, okay? There were.
It's real life.
They have mafia movies.
Oh, it was from the 70s.
It was a documentary.
And then the lights went off and the food came, and the disco ball started going. So we were blue, and we couldn't see our food, and we had a $25 meatball on the plate that we couldn't even deal with. You know, it just was.
Did you like the meatball?
It was.
Dried pasta with pancetta and onions.
It was good.
Okay.
But
How was the meatball? You know why I'm asking you? Gourmet Magazine said it might be the best meatball in the universe.
Absolutely not, okay? It's a homemade meatball, it's okay, it's a big meatball. Michelle, I would never go to that place. I couldn't believe it.
I'm taken back. I have no idea. I'm gonna actually give Steve your number. That's what I'm gonna do.
Dancers on the bar.
Anybody see Steve Martorano? Was he there? Because he DJs.
Yeah,
at
he
the same
DJs.
time
Yeah, he
as
DJs
he
and
cooks.
cooks at the same time.
It's very interesting. You walk in and you see this big, strong, Philly mafioso kind of Italian guy, beautiful, and he's DJing at the same time as he's literally in one hand crushing tomatoes and picking basil off the plant.
Pretty.
And he's DJing.
Fabulous.
It's interesting. It's very different. It's
You definitely want to bring,
experience.
if someone's from out of town, you want to bring them there. In regards to the price, normally when the check comes, then he throws the strobe lights on. But you clearly have to have a job in order to go to there. And if you're going to spend X amount of dollars,
Job, I'm not going to
sorry.
drop $250 on
I'm sorry, then I don't
average
know.
Italian food.
I believe it's above average.
This was your choice, Nikko.
This is my
Sum it up
choice.
for us.
This is Troy.
Irene.
Overpriced, some really good dishes, but there's a lot of things there that I probably wouldn't unless I just had a lot of money burning in my pocket that I just needed to spend.
Gary.
If you're into the 1980s and you've never moved forward and you like big hair and shoulder pads and dirty video, then go to Cafe Martorano. The food is average, the price is through the roof.
Well, if you want to manja mobster style, take the gang on over to Cafe Martorano. It's located at 3343 East Oakland Park Boulevard. Open nightly for dinner. Reservations are not accepted, and the average price for dinner without drinks is $60.